drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey, and up she rises. Way hey, and up she rises. Way hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning, pushing it along, push it till he's sober. Pushing it along, push it till he's sober. Pushing it along, push it till.
Welcome, everybody, to the Joe Perez Show. I am your host, Joe Perez. I am glad to be here on this Wednesday, this freezing cold Southern California Wednesday. But it's not just a Wednesday, it is also Veterans Day. So big shout out and thank you to all veterans who have served and who are currently serving in the U.S. military, Navy SEALs, Army, Armed Forces, whatever it may be, anybody who has or is serving our country. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Lord knows I would not survive out there on the battlefield, nor would I have survived out there on the battlefield. I would not last long. Trust me, believe me, I'm a big person. I'm a big target. I'm very slow. I don't have good hand-eye coordination. I used to be really good at games like Crash Bandicoot, Gears of War, Halo, Call of Duty. Now I am just awful at everything that I play. So that's why I stick to Animal Crossing, which requires zero skill. It is getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving, and I am so happy because I was extremely worried that I would not know what to do because of COVID, the coronavirus, the lockdowns. Like, what do I do for Thanksgiving? I am definitely afraid of this virus. I fear for it with my life. It is what I have nightmares about when I sleep at night. It's what I wake up screaming to, thinking about COVID-19 and what's going to happen if I catch this deadly, extremely dangerous virus. But, you know, thankfully, the Center of Disease Control, CDC, thankfully, they provided the public with this guide to how to safely go through Thanksgiving this year. It's just called Celebrating Thanksgiving. And, you know, we all need to read this because if we don't, we could put our entire family at risk of getting COVID.
Eat the poo-poo.
Yes, I have sounds now. I drop sounds because that's what I do. Okay, I got my soundboard and I drop sounds because I like some nice sounds. So, celebrating Thanksgiving. We'll get right into this. We'll just start it. By the way, I know I just dropped an episode yesterday, but I was in such a good mood today that I said, you know what, let's get on the mic. Let's pump out another episode because I went on my TikTok recently and I saw that I have now surpassed 3,000 followers, which is huge, almost to that 10,000 follower mark. When I get there, you know, say goodbye to this crappy apartment. I'm going to get me a nice big mansion in Beverly Hills because when you hit that 10,000 mark, 10,000 followers, you get to become partnered with TikTok, and that's when you start making money for your talks. I'm very sure that I will make at least 75 cents every month. Hopefully, a man can only pray.
Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
Okay, so let's get into this CDC list right here. It's like, it's not really a list, it's like a guide, I would say, on how to survive Thanksgiving with your family with the threat and imminent danger of the coronavirus. Coronavirus! Shit is real! All right, so here we go. This came out yesterday, November 10th, or it was updated yesterday, whatever. It goes like this. Traditional Thanksgiving gatherings with family and friends are fun, but can increase the chances of getting or spreading COVID-19 or the flu. Follow these tips to make your Thanksgiving holiday safer. Notice how they throw the flu in there? Like, we've had the flu for, 7 million years? We deal with the flu every single year. I feel like they just threw that in there just to make it seem like this is an exceptionally more dangerous Thanksgiving than normal. And they say, hey, the flu, we don't know. This is my doctor. I went to my doctor a couple times in the past couple months, and this is what he said. He said, we don't know how people who get the flu are going to react if they also get COVID-19. We don't know if it's going to be more deadly or what. So who knows? I got my flu shot reluctantly. I'm slowly becoming an anti-vaccine person. But, you know, I don't want to make a big deal of it. So who cares? I'm going to die anyways. Just give me all the vaccines and mind control juices and serums. Anyways. The safest way to celebrate Thanksgiving this year is to celebrate with people in your household. If you do plan to spend Thanksgiving with people outside your household, take steps to make your celebration safer. This is frustrating because very, very few people and families celebrate Thanksgiving with just who lives in their house. Normally you have your cousins, your uncles, brothers and sisters flying in or driving in to come have Thanksgiving with you. So you're already being an extreme pain in the ass. Everyone can make Thanksgiving safer. And what's the number one thing they have on the list? Fucking wear a mask, dude. That's what it is. Of course. The anthem of 2020 is wear a mask. Wear a mask with 2 or more layers to stop the spread of COVID-19. Wear the mask over your nose and mouth and secure it under your chin. Make sure the mask fits snugly against the sides of your face.
I say, hold up, wait a minute.
This is so stupid. This whole thing with the mask and eating is so ridiculous, in my opinion, because, come on, let's be real. If I'm over there going to a restaurant, they say, okay, wear the mask when you come in and when you walk to the table, but then when you sit down, you can take it off. That's the dumbest shit of all time. And there's nothing more obnoxious than when your family members make you wear a mask when you come over. And I would rather die than make my family wear a mask when they come visit me. That is just humiliating, embarrassing, stupid, pathetic, and it really grinds my gears. So can you imagine everybody just sitting there at Thanksgiving wearing a mask in the living room, and then they say, all right, let's go eat. Let's go eat dinner. The turkey's ready. Everybody goes, sits down at the table, and then they just take their masks off. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Holy shit, it pisses me off.
Daddy, chill.
Okay. Stay at least 6 feet away from others who do not live with you. Okay, thank you for this. This is definitely going to be easy in my 1-bedroom fucking apartment. Remember, well, I'm not having Thanksgiving here, so it doesn't even matter. Remember that some people live without symptoms. Remember that some people live without symptoms may be able to spread. Oh, remember some people without symptoms may be able to spread COVID-19 or the flu. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read shit. I don't even need glasses, but it's a good excuse for whenever I fuck up a sentence. Keeping 6 feet, about 2 arm lengths from others is especially important for people who are higher at risk of getting very sick. Does the CDC think everybody has a 5,000 square foot house? Many people, especially in California, don't have large houses. We can't stay 6 fucking feet apart, dude. That is so stupid. It's like basically everybody gets their own kid table at the Thanksgiving dinner. The kid table is always the one that's like 50 feet away. This is very, very lovely.
Eat the poo-poo.
Wash your hands. Wash hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Thank you for telling me how to wash my hands, CDC. I'm very, very fortunate. I had no idea that I had to wash my hands. Keep hand sanitizer with you and use it when you are unable to wash your hands. Okay, great. That is a great tip. I will go get some hand sanitizer and just take it everywhere I go because I really want to be a paranoid germaphobe. Use hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it.
I gotta get better at finding my drops. I gotta get Got to get used to the layout of these drops. Attending a gathering. Make your celebration safer in addition to following the steps that everyone can take to make Thanksgiving safer. Take these additional steps while attending a Thanksgiving gathering. Bring your own food, drinks, plates, cups, and utensils. So that means I have to bring my own meal to Thanksgiving? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Wear a mask. All right, you don't have to mention in every other sentence to wear a goddamn mask. Jesus Christ. Avoid going in and out of the areas where food is being prepared or handled, such as the kitchen. So I can't help make food. It's only the cook. What a fucking joke. I like to go in and squirt the butter on the turkey. That's my job. I like to make the mashed potatoes. It's like this. It's like we're living in a fucking joke. Use single-use options like salad dressing and condiment packets, and disposable items like food containers, plates, and utensils. Well, I could do that. I already live off of paper plates and plastic forks. Gotta just make another trip to Costco, I guess, before Thanksgiving dinner. Hosting a Thanksgiving gathering. If having guests to your home, you can tell this whole page was written by a fucking Chinese guy. You know what I'm saying?
I love the Chinese people.
If having guests to your home, be sure that people follow the steps that everyone can take to make Thanksgiving safer. Other steps you can take include have a small outdoor meal with family and friends who live in your community. Limit the number of guests. Have conversations with guests ahead of time to set expectations for celebrating together. Clean and disinfect frequently. Touch surfaces and items between use. If celebrating indoors, make sure to open windows. Yep, because I love that the CDC is telling me to open my fucking windows on Thanksgiving. That will definitely stop the spread of COVID. Limit the number of people in food preparation areas. Have guests bring their own food and drink. Imagine showing up to a Thanksgiving dinner, whether it's a family or friends, and you didn't get the memo that you're supposed to bring your own meal, your own food, and you just get there and everybody's like eating their own shit, and you're like, where's the turkey and mashed potatoes? And they're like, oh, you were supposed to bring your own meal, your own food. And then you're just sitting there with no food on Thanksgiving because of this stupid fucking CDC.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Thanksgiving travel. Consider other Thanksgiving activities. Yeah, host a virtual Thanksgiving meal with friends and family who don't live with you. Give me a fucking break. And they have a little cartoon of a mom, dad, and a little kid FaceTiming with the grandparents. You know, that makes sense. If you don't want to get your grandparents sick, you want them to continue to be quarantined, for sure, just do a FaceTime, but that's very depressing. Watch television and play games with people in your household. All right, this is fucking stupid. I'm done. I'm over this stupid list. It's telling you to just do shit we already do. It's just some communist bullshit.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
Some communist bullshit right there. I don't know. I hope nobody listens to the CDC rules. I hope everybody just continues with their life. If you are truly worried about the coronavirus, COVID-19, then just you can quarantine yourself. You don't go out on Thanksgiving. Don't go out any day. Don't go out to get groceries. Don't do jack shit. Mail in your vote. Do all this pussy beta shit. If you're a pure germaphobe, a real germaphobe person, sure, quarantine yourself. You're a grown up. You could do it. You don't need the government. You don't need the CDC to tell you how to fucking live your life. You don't need everybody in the media, every celebrity to tell you to wear a fucking mask. It's so stupid. I had Taco Bell before I started this podcast, and I feel like I'm dying right now. Yeah. I feel like I'm fucking dying. All right, so we have a headline. We have 6 headlines for this episode. And we'll jump right into the first one. Georgia Secretary of State announces a full by hand recount in each county. Oh, shit. So, what does that mean? Well, Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, Republican, on Wednesday announced that the state will conduct a by-hand recount in each county in the Peach State. Thank you for adding that on the end of the sentence. In the Peach State. At 1 p.m. today, I will make the official designation of which race will be the subject of the RLA, Risk Limiting Audit. At that time, I will designate that the RLA will be the presidential race, Raffensperger announced, emphasizing that the RLA in this case will require a by-hand recount. Typically, an RLA involves officials examining a statistically meaningful sample of ballots. The audit is mathematically designed to catch anomalies that would arise from misconfigured machines, procedural errors, or international attacks. Now, this is great shit. If you are a Trump supporter, if you are a Republican, or if you are a patriot who only wants pure American justice and freedom to transpire throughout the country, if you are an American patriot who wants to maintain that goddamn red-blooded American integrity in our elections, then you should be happy for this. If you are worried that your candidate may lose a race or whatever may happen, if you are worried about that, then you are fucked in the head, because that just proves that you are willing to cheat the system, or you are rooting for a fraudulent system that will benefit you or your party or your candidate or yourself. You should always want a pure system when you're talking about elections. You don't want any fraud. You don't want dead people voting. You don't want people throwing out ballots or poll workers handing people Sharpies when they fill out ballots, knowingly that the Sharpies will cause the ballot to be invalid. You want integrity. This is America. And I know there's some dark shit at in America's history, and there's dark shit going on currently in the American government that the media will never talk about, or you probably will never hear about it unless you listen to Alex Jones or similar news networks, OAN. I've never watched anything on OAN, the One America News Network, but because Fox fucked up royally by just pretty much ditching their conservative base and going full retard, full liberal, many people are switching from Fox to OAN, and I think that's a great idea. I will probably start watching OAN, which is great for that company, you know. It's like they don't have a big production budget like Fox or CNN or anything. It's like a little independent news company, and I dig it, dude. I'm gonna start watching OAN. I still am gonna watch Tucker and Sean, at least on YouTube. They're like YouTube highlights or whatever, because I still think they know what the fuck is going on. They are sniffing around and they understand the fuckery that's happening at Fox. So Fox fucked up big time. But what is good about this recount? They're doing it by hand, and it's not just a recount. They're doing an audit of the votes, which means they are going to verify if each vote is a legal vote. And if there is voter fraud or voter irregularities detected, that will be a huge signal that this is very likely happening in other states, specifically the states that Trump is, like the swing states that Trump is losing, the ones that he needs to investigate, like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Georgia, these states, and Arizona. So if this recount in Georgia proves that there is voter fraud, it will be a big red flag. And I am telling you right now, it's probably going to scare the hell out of a lot of Democrats and left-wingers and crazy, Black Lives Matter activists. So Nancy Pelosi is shitting her pants right now. Joe Biden is shitting his pants, not because he's scared, but, because he's old. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. Our next headline. Jeffrey Toobin out at the New Yorker after alleged Zoom masturbation. Look at this guy. I feel so bad for this guy. Just look at him. This is so depressing.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Eat the poo-poo. This is a parental guidance moment.
I definitely need more drops. All right, so Jeffrey Toobin is out at the New Yorker after allegedly masturbating on a Zoom call with colleagues. The magazine's publisher, Condé Nast, has told staff, according to the Daily Beast. Oh yeah.
I love Mexican people.
Okay, thank you, Trump. I am writing to share with you that our investigation regarding Jeffrey Toobin is complete, and as a result, he is no longer affiliated with our company. Stan Duncan, Condé Nast's chief people officer, whatever the fuck that is, told staffers in a memo published by the Daily Beast. I want to assure everyone that we take workplace matters seriously. We are committed to fostering an environment where everyone feels respected and upholds our standards of conduct. He added to the memo, or she, who, I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Toobin was suspended last month after he was caught masturbating during a Zoom call with the New Yorker and WNYC radio members. Two people who were on the call told Vice separately that the call was an election simulation featuring many of the New Yorker's biggest stars. Oh my God. Jane Mayer was playing establishment Republicans. Evan Osnos was Joe Biden. Jelani Cobb was establishment Democrats. Masha Gessen played Donald Trump. Andrew Morantz was the far right. Sue Halpern was. Do people actually really do this? Do they just role play and act out what is going to happen in the election? How embarrassing! And Jeffrey Toobin playing the courts. Both people who spoke on the condition of an anonymity in order to speak freely noted that it was unclear how much each person saw, but both said that they saw Toobin jerking off, and that is really what it says in the article.
Oh, shit.
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
That is very unfortunate for that man. I can sympathize with him. I've been there. I've never masturbated on a live call with anybody, let alone a professional workplace Zoom call with many of the top members of the New Yorker while preparing to go through a presidential election. That is very unfortunate. I wish they recorded the Zoom call. I'm sure it is recorded out there. I'm sure they recorded it. I'm sure the video of him jerking off is out there. I think the public deserves to see that video because we need to judge if whether or not it is like, is it like him with his dick out in front of the camera jerking off? Is it, from what I understand, he didn't know his camera was on and he was just sitting there jerking off in front of his camera. It's not the best move to jerk off during a meeting, a workplace meeting. It's probably not the best move, but I understand it as a male, as a biological male. I didn't say I identify as male, but as a biological male, I understand that when the need comes, you got to take care of it. You know, maybe he was just participating in No Nut November and he couldn't take it no more and he just had to pop it off really quick during the interview. Maybe one of these New Yorker women on the call was freaking smoking hot. Maybe it was Sue Halpern. Maybe it was Masha Gessen. So I feel bad for this dude. I honestly do. I feel bad for Jeffrey Toobin, and to lose your job, and when you are when you're in the media, such as this guy, it's like everything you do now is a headline, especially getting fired from your job for masturbating on a Zoom call. Now everybody knows, and this is like your scarlet letter now. This is what you're going to be known for on your grave. When you're buried 6 feet into the ground, it's going to say Jeffrey Toobin, a man who masturbated and got fired. He masturbated on a Zoom call live with members of the New Yorker magazine or website. I don't even know what the fuck the New Yorker is. He masturbated and did not know his webcam was on. And then he was fired. But for a party such as the left and the Democrats and the progressives who are so open to sex and sexual preference and being free sexually, you'd think they would just look at this and be like, oh, good for you. Good for you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know? But that's gotta be so embarrassing. That's like, I feel like I would contemplate suicide if that happened to me. If I lost what I expect to be a high paying job because I was caught jerking off on a Zoom call, that's devastating. I would for sure contemplate suicide. Because where do you go from there? Everybody knows who you are. You just have to become like a Twitch streamer or something and just play fucking World of Warcraft and hope you get a big following. Or Animal Crossing. All right. Got that feeling like right when you're about to sneeze, but who gives a fuck? I ain't gonna sneeze because I'm a professional broadcaster, and the Taco Bell I just ate is not sitting well with me. By the way, all of these fart drops, these fart clips are real farts recorded by my brother-in-law, Jake. So shout out to him for providing such great audio drops for this show. I have 5 of them. Let's just go through each one really quick before we get into this interview. We have this one. This one. Yep. And I'm fairly certain that I took these clips, these audio drops off my YouTube video called Jake Farts and Jake Farts Episode 2. So if you haven't already, go check those out for your daily fart content. All right, so let's get into this article. President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, claimed that whistleblowers for the Dominion voting software company are about to come forward with shocking voter fraud revelations. Giuliani, who I love and adore and think is a fucking American hero, joined Steve Bannon's War Room Pandemic on Wednesday to say he knows of witnesses from Dominion who are now involved in Michigan voting lawsuits. And this is from podcast. This is a transcript. And this is someone named Dave speaking. I don't listen to the War Room. Maybe I'll start listening, but this is how it goes. Coleman has the community people and he's got the Dominion people, Giuliani said. And they were the ones who were the actual, not poll watchers, the actual observers who were excluded, who were lied to, 2 of whom stayed behind after all the Republicans have left out. And they're the ones who got the evidence of the 100,000 votes coming in. And they have some photographs also.
And that's a combination. Our next guest is going to be Dave Coleman from, I think, the Great Lakes. He's one of these public interest research institutions. This lawsuit is a combination of what Thor was working on in Coleman. Is that correct, in Michigan?
Correct, and they both have superior information. Thor has the part of it with the government insiders who basically are turning, let's call it state's evidence. They are Democrats who are testifying against the Democratic effort because they were so disgusted. That's basically Thor's people. Coleman has the community people, and he's got the Dominion people. And they were the ones who were the actual, not the poll watchers, the observers, who were excluded, who were lied to, but two of whom stayed behind after all the Republicans had been left out. And they're the ones who got the evidence on the 100,000 votes coming in. And they have some photographs also. You put those two together, and you've got some very, very powerful evidence that room at the Cobb Center, I think it was a complete, let's make up the votes room. How much do we have to make up, and let's get there?
Yeah, and see, that's what the problem was.
So, the Dominion voting software has come under scrutiny after a Michigan lawsuit claimed that 6,000 votes from Antrim County were wrongfully tabulated to Joe Biden due to an error in the software. I'm looking for a clip. I definitely need more clips.
I said, hold up, wait a minute.
Another error was also caught in Oakland County, Michigan, that resulted in a Republican candidate winning his district after initially being told he lost.
Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
Definitely all just, mistakes and errors that thankfully all benefited Joe Biden in the end. I haven't seen one damn error that gave Trump votes. I haven't seen one vote dump that gave Trump votes. You're telling me 100,000 ballots come in at 4 a.m. in the morning for Joe Biden. You know what? I'm calling bullshit. I think what happened is on election night, which I think a lot of people think is what happened, they were counting the votes. Donald Trump was winning in all the states he needed to win. I remember this very vividly. I went to bed thinking, wow, Donald Trump is up in all these key states, all these key swing states. I'm going to go to bed, wake up, and he'll probably be declared the president-elect. He'll probably have 270 electoral votes, and that will be it. And we can go on with our lives. We can put everything to rest. Donald Trump will be president again for the next 4 years. Thank God. But no, I woke up to Twitter just going absolute bananas because somehow in Pennsylvania or wherever this was, Michigan or Wisconsin, there was a massive vote dump that came in for Joe Biden overnight at like 4 a.m. And I do remember when the votes stopped, they stopped counting votes. So oh yeah, baby. It just looks like to me, and I'm sure maybe this is not the case. It looks like they stopped the count to see how much they needed to beat Trump, and they made up all these fake ass vote ballots for Biden to make up for that gap, for the discrepancy. Is that the right word? I don't know what I'm trying to fucking say. Stupid as fuck. But who knows? We all know that the mail-in voting system is so stupid. It was constructed, I believe full-heartedly, that the mail-in voting system was constructed just to fuck up the entire electoral process and benefit Joe Biden in the end. We're seeing numerous counts, especially from Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, who is like America's only real journalist, of postal workers backdating ballots from like November 4th to the 3rd. And people, there's like 150 affidavits, which is like a lawful agreement that you sign, which says that you are telling the truth. And if you are found to not tell the truth based on the statement you gave, you could face consequences, legal consequences. It's like swearing under oath in a courtroom. So, yes, interestingly, Dominion is linked to Bill Gates software through a software company called Election Guard. Of course, everything that's fucked up in the world is somehow related to Bill Gates. I don't know what is going on there. But whatever, what are you gonna do?
One of the things they do is called anal leaking.
Okay, so this is new. Trump picks up 2 states in 24 hours. By the way, any close-up photo of Trump is just not the best. It's just like right here. It's not the best. I mean, I think he's a great guy. I love Donald Trump. I think he's the greatest president of all time. You know, policy-wise specifically. Get shit done specifically. But what's going on with the freaking tan, dude? It just looks bizarre. It's bizarre. Shout out to Trump, though. I love that man. All right. President Donald Trump is projected to win Alaska less than a day after winning North Carolina, according to Decision Desk HQ. Oddly, Alaska should have been called days ago, I agree, as Trump was ahead 56.95% to Joe Biden's 39.11% with over 80% of the votes in. Trump's surge in victories comes shortly after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told a disappointed press that there would be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
Hi.
This is actually like a gangster moment.
State Department currently preparing? We must make sure that any vote that wasn't lost turned.
No, that's a fuck. They talk about the clip and they post like a fucking 10-minute long video. Get out of here. But he basically said, there will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration, said Pompeo. We're ready. The world is watching what's taking place. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there will be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
China.
Okay. Up next. Yes, right here. This is my favorite headline of the episode. Florida's DeSantis moves to allow citizens to shoot looters, rioters, targeting businesses. And I am here on Fox News, where they have all the election shit in the bottom, where they have Joe Biden with 290 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 217. Yes, Joe Biden, the guy who hasn't been able to say one clear sentence his entire campaign, who's called a lid at like 9 a.m. every single day, who said that you ain't black if you're not voting for him, who said that, you know, the dumbest shit, who is obviously a Chinese asset, whose son smokes crack and allegedly rapes little kids. Allegedly, that's the rumors. Deeply corrupt family. Why is every Democrat candidate who runs for president extremely corrupt and evil? Tell me. I want to know. I mean, surely you can find somebody who's, you know, a nice person.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Okay, so Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who I think is the best governor in the country, and I would 100% vote for him if he ran for president, has drafted anti-mob legislation that would expand the state's Stand Your Ground law, a move that some worry would allow armed citizens to shoot and potentially kill anyone they suspect of looting. DeSantis's newest legislation comes in response to months of protesting that frequently led to rioting this summer in Florida and across the U.S. following the death of George Floyd. Yeah, a black man who died after a white Minneapolis police officer knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes, but they don't want to say anything about the large portion of methamphetamine and fentanyl in his system, which would, you know, surely lead to his overdose, even if you don't have any on the back of it or whatever. The legislation is an attempt to prevent violent and disorderly assemblies by permitting violence against anyone involved in the interruption or impairment of a business, reportedly described in the draft as being a burglary within 500 feet of a violent, disorderly assembly, according to reporting by the Miami Herald Tuesday. And he said on Twitter, this is Governor DeSantis, ahead of Veterans Day, I am pleased to highlight state resources available for veteran-owned businesses. Resources from FLDO, Florida DMS, Florida blah, 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 blah. Connect veterans with opportunities for growth. Well, I don't know what that has to do with what I just read. But then again, I am a idiot. It allows for vigilantes to justify their actions. A former Miami-Dade County prosecutor, Denise Georges, I'm not impressed with your performance, who has worked with stand your ground cases, told the Miami publication it allows for the death to be the punishment for a property crime. And that is cruel and unusual punishment. We cannot live in a lawless society where taking a life is done so casually and recklessly. And you know what I say to that? I say, fuck you.
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
How about no? How about if my store, if my business is being looted, robbed, and people are throwing bricks through my windows? How about I have the right to blast them away with a fucking big ass shotgun, with a big ass M4, with a big ass AR-15? That's my right. That's why people come from all over the world to come live in America. That's why people from Cuba risk their lives on a goddamn tiny raft made out of banana leaves to come to the United States so they can fucking make something of themselves, create a small business that will hopefully one day lead to a massive business, and have the right to shoot anybody who tries to fuck with your business, try to steal shit, tries to harm you or your family or your product or anything like that. That's the American way of life, and that is just pathetic to disagree. So this is a very patriotic, very American law, and I think it is fantastic. And I think this should be issued countrywide. I mean, if I was a looter, one of these Antifa, Black Lives Matter people, and I was out there looting and terrorizing the streets, lighting shit on fire, spray painting on cop cars, twerking with my bare vagina, slapping on the cement. We've all seen that video. I knew that there's a new law that has passed that would justify shooting people who are, it would justify vigilantes to shoot people who are looting and just causing destruction. I probably wouldn't loot and cause destruction because I'd probably fear my life, or fear for my life. So there's that. I think that is a great, great law. I think that is fucking amazing.
Daddy, chill.
All right. If you guys have any clip suggestions that I should throw into my show, go ahead and let me know. Post a link to the video. I'll put the clip onto my soundboard.
I love the poorly educated.
And that's that.
Mr. Brain's Faggots. A great meal all round.
Faggots.
Ken?
Apparently, this
Mr. Brain's Faggots. A great meal all round.
is was an actual food in the UK, in the United Kingdom. And these clips came from a commercial from the 1970s.
Mr. Brain's Faggots. A great meal all round.
And I downloaded all these clips a year ago because I planned on doing a podcast that had sound drops And I just completely randomly stumbled across Mr. Brain's Faggots. I mean, I'm not, come on. Let's be real. It's the name of a goddamn food in the UK. I came across this commercial. I thought it was hilarious. I clipped it. I put it on my soundboard. And then like a couple months later, I see that Your Mom's House, Tom and Christina, find the same clip and they use it on their podcast. I'm just like, God damn it. It should have been quicker. I should have been quicker. I could have been the OG, Mr. Brain's Faggots.
Faggots. Ken?
So that's going to be our show today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Joe Perez Show. I appreciate everybody's love and support. Follow me on Instagram at the Joe Perez Show. Follow me on Twitter at the Joe Perez Show. Follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm popping off. That's where I'm hot right now. TikTok. Follow me there at the Ween Dog. And that's it. I'm sick right now, but who gives a fuck? It's just a little runny nose. I just had a big ass thing from Taco Bell, whatever the new Chipotle, Chalupa, burrito, taquito thing is. I already had explosive diarrhea. Taco Bell is one of the very rare places where I will eat it and have to shit while I'm eating it. And I'm a fast eater too. I eat alarmingly fast. And Taco Bell is the only food where it makes me have to shit while I'm still eating it. So that's good to know. I've already had one bout of explosive diarrhea from the Taco Bell. But, it's okay. I need a good colon cleanse anyways, dudes. That's it. Well, thank you for watching my show. Have a good day. This is the Joe Perez Show.